In 2025, launching a lead magnet has become a critical step in any coach's marketing process. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build an effective, high-converting landing page for your lead magnet from scratch. I'm Gabe, I build software for coaches, and I used to be a business coach myself. I've had the opportunity to see what works and what doesn't for hundreds of coaching businesses over the past few years. And the formula I'm about to show you is timeless. It works in any industry and focuses on the human psychology of the visitor. All right, so I'm inside Ambit. This is a platform I built to help coaches grow online. I'm gonna go ahead and click Add Page to create a new landing page. And if you'd like to follow along with me, there is a link in the description. So I'm gonna click Opt-in because we're building an opt-in page for our lead magnet here. Click Select Template. And here we have a pretty basic landing page template, which we're gonna customize to be as effective as possible. Now, the first thing I'm gonna do before I do any of the copywriting here is I'm just gonna import my theme. This will automatically style my landing page to my company's brand, and you can tweak that over on the side here. This way, I don't have to worry about any of the design part. I just focus on the copy and the design is taken care of. So when we're building a high converting landing page, there are three things we need to do. And this comes from human psychology. It actually comes from a book called Influence by Robert Cialdini, where he lays out basically what are all of the factors that go into making somebody make a decision. What are the levers that influence someone's action? And basically, he boiled them down into three different categories. The first is we need to create positive emotion in the viewer's mind. And the reason for this is, have you ever tried to argue something to someone and you weren't already on good terms with them? It probably didn't work so well. And having some kind of positive rapport built up with that person makes them much more receptive to logic. If we try to lead with logic here and just say, hey, buy my thing, right? And here are all the benefits. Most people are just going to get turned off and close out of the window. But if we start by increasing their emotional state, making them feel happy or making them laugh or making them curious, something that lifts up the emotion, they're much more likely to be receptive to the logic when we do show it to them. So the very first thing your landing page should do is increase the emotional state of the viewer. And the best way to do that is with the headline. The headline is the first thing people see when they come to the page. So whatever headline we choose, we want to make sure it resonates emotionally with the potential client. So for this example, let's say I'm a business coach who helps other coaches grow online. A good headline in this case would be something like, transform your coaching business overnight. And the reason this is good is it promises some outcome that our potential clients will really want. Assuming our potential clients are coaches who are currently struggling in their business, transform your coaching business overnight is something that definitely makes you open your eyes, right? It increases your positive emotion. Now, we can always be more specific, right? If we're delivering a very specific outcome, the more specific we can make this, the better, but I'm keeping it pretty general in this case for the purposes of the video. Okay, so then we have the pre-headline and the sub-headline. Now the purpose here is still just to build up the positive emotion. We can do that with curiosity, we can do that with humor, and we can do that by connecting to the pain that they're already having. So for the pre-headline, I'm going to highlight the pain. So struggling to find clients as a coach. This leads into the headline, right? Struggling to find clients as a coach, transform your coaching business overnight, and we can add more curiosity with ... And then the subheadline will lead on from that, ... with a simple 3-step system for consistently and reliably converting dead leads into loyal paying clients. So, struggling to find clients as a coach, transform your business overnight with a simple 3-step system for consistently and reliably converting dead leads into loyal paying clients. This connects emotionally to the reader. Now notice we haven't said anything about what's actually in the lead magnet, right? We're just talking about the pain and the solution. So now that we've created positive emotion, the second thing we need to do is reduce uncertainty. When someone clicks on a landing page, there are a million doubts running through their mind. And the positive emotion does a good job of breaking down the defenses, but now they're going to be skeptical. So assuming you caught their attention and their interest, now they're going to start digging in to understand, okay, what am I actually getting here? Is this really going to fulfill on the promise that it's claiming? So there are a bunch of ways we can reduce uncertainty. And I'll go through a bunch of them, but I want to start off with a picture. When you're offering a lead magnet over the internet, having some image of it goes a long way. Even if it's a digital asset like an ebook or a checklist, having just something that makes it feel more real builds credibility. And a great thing about living in the age of AI is AI can generate one of these images for us very easily. What I'm going to do is I'm going to screenshot this section right here that contains my pre-headline, headline, and subheadline, and I'm going to head over to ChatGPT. So I'll just drag in the screenshot and I'll ask, generate me an image of an ebook for this landing page. And here it is. Look how good that is. It's literally just took my landing page and put it on an ebook. So you can ask it to tweak it however you like. When you're done, you just hit download, and then we're going to bring it into our landing page. So I'll go over to assets, upload, and I'll upload my ebook image. All right, it's uploading. I'll just drag it in over here, and I'll adjust this a bit. I'll make the width hug, and I'll put some rounded edges on it to make it look a little better. Now, if you want to get more fancy, you can remove the background and edit the image to your liking, but I like to keep it simple, at least for the purposes of this video. And then let's just make it a little bigger. Looks good. Okay. Now for the top, I want to change the top a little bit. I like to do what's called an audience callout. So instead of this, I'm going to drag in a headline, and we'll say attention online coaches. And you just replace online coaches with whoever your potential client is. And we'll make that smaller. And then I'm going to change the color so it stands out a bit more. So I'll use our primary color for the background and the background color for the text. All right, so the last thing that this above the fold section is missing is going to be a call to action for the form. So let me drag in a headline right into the form, and it'll say something like get instant access. All right, I'll just make that a little smaller. And so the third thing that we need to do is give a reason to act now. And get instant access makes it as easy as possible to take action on this page. So the three things we need to do is build positive emotion, reduce uncertainty, and give a reason to act now. And we're doing all of those things right in the first section of the page. We're grabbing attention, we're building value, which increases positive emotion, and then we're reducing uncertainty with the image and adding a call to action. And adding a call to action to give a reason to act now, or at least a path to act now. And the contrast on this button is a little light, so I'm just going to change the text color to be dark. Okay, so we're done with the above the fold section. Now we can add additional sections down here, but the primary goal of these sections will be to reduce uncertainty as much as possible. So whatever we can do to increase confidence in the reader's mind, we should. So we can add a testimonial for that, and replace this with an image of somebody who's left a review, or we can, if we have a lot of testimonials, we can do a wall of love to showcase all of the different testimonials we have. We can add a bullet points list, where we can list the benefits that we get inside the ebook. Or of course, we can add an empty section and customize it however we like. So we could put a headline, then another headline, and we could tell a story this way. We could say, struggling to get clients. And then we kind of walk them through the value they're going to get in the ebook. Now, I'm not going to fill out everything here, but for an ebook, for a lead magnet, for something that's a free offer, that's not a huge commitment from the person signing up for it, we don't have to go crazy on this stuff, right? Just something simple. We can just do enough reduction of uncertainty to capture 90% of the people that land on this page. Now, obviously, we're not going to convert everyone, but by increasing positive emotion, reducing uncertainty, and giving a clear path to act now, we can maximize our chances of doing so. And on the last point, other things we can do to give a reason to act now is add scarcity or urgency, basically make it a limited time offer, give them some kind of deadline, or say you're only giving away X number of these, something to make them feel like there's urgency to sign up. But that's pretty much it. When you're done, you'll just go ahead and hit publish, and we would configure an email sequence so that when they submit this form, the lead magnet will land in their inbox. So if you're interested in building your own landing page inside Ambit, there's a link in the description for a 30-day free trial. Plus, there's no credit card required when you sign up. Aside from that, thanks for watching, keep killing it, and have a wonderful day.